Becker's Buds is proud to present Mr. Phil Smith with Corrupt Cop Stories.
Hey, this is Phil Smith with the Drug War Chronicle and the Independent Media Institute. I'm here with Dean Becker at Becker's Buds, and I'm here to talk about one of our favorite topics that Dean and I talk about quite a bit, and that's corrupt cops in the drug war. Today, I want to talk about Houston. Dean, that's where you are. I know you already know about this story, the Harding Street raid. That was a raid last year in which crooked narcotics officers lied to get a warrant to do a no-knock raid on a home in Harding Street. They encountered armed residents who fired back at the invaders, wounding 4 police officers, and the 2 residents, a middle-aged couple, were killed by the police. I want to stop for a minute and talk about no-knock raids. They're an object of big concern right now, and the Harding Street raid is one prime example why. This is the occasion where the war on drugs meets the Second Amendment, and man, it can get ugly. When you have someone busting your door down in the middle of the night, people tend to start shooting. That's what happened there at the Harding Street raid. It's not the only time that's happened in Texas. And in Houston, we have 2 dead civilians. So I just wanted to mention how dangerous these no-knock raids are, and I want to encourage politicians at both the state and the federal level to continue to work to get rid of them. I mean, that's what's in some of these federal criminal justice reform bills, and that's a very good thing. We need to stop those raids. But even beyond the dangers of no-knock raids themselves, there's the problem of corruption in drug law enforcement. And that's what we're also seeing in the Harding Street raid. You have the chief officer involved, Gerald Goines, has already been charged with 2 murders in the deaths of the home's occupants. Now he and his partner, Stephen Bryant, are facing additional charges for lying to obtain search warrants, stealing money that was supposed to be going to snitches, and other cutting corners in doing their law enforcement duties. It's also led to an internal review of the narcotics division of the Houston Police Department, which, by the way, people, Houston is the nation's 4th largest city, and it's got a rot in the heart of its narcotics division, as this internal audit that was just released really demonstrates.
The crimes themselves are not one-offs. This is not a case of individual rogue officers. This is what the law calls a pattern and practice or an ongoing scheme. Some will say that this scheme is just mismanagement. It is not. It is long-running evidence of graft and corruption that can literally rot an institution from the inside out.
It's not limited to Gerald Goines and his buddies in the 15th. The audit looked at other divisions within the narcotics division, found problems there as well. It's a serious problem for Houston. It's a chronic problem for police agencies trying to enforce the drug war. I mean, they are trying to break up consensual activities among adults, and no one wants that. This raid is all the more reason to call, once again, for drug decriminalization or legalization if we want to reduce fraught encounters between law enforcement and the citizenry. Ending the war on drugs is a key way to do that. Okay, reporting for Becker's Buds, this is Phil Smith. You can check out my work at www.stopthedrugwar.org, or also I write for the Independent Media Institute. My stuff generally shows up at alternate.org.
I want to thank you for being with us on the series premiere of Becker's Buds, the Conscientious Objectors to Drug War. I want to thank Mr. Phil Smith for being our first bud to guest with us. I want to invite you to go to drugtruth.net. There's nearly 8,000 of my radio programs there. More than 18 years I've been interviewing thousands of people from around the world. I challenge anybody, any attorney general, any drug warrior to come on this show and clarify for us the need for drug war, and they have absolutely refused. There is no benefit. There is nothing moral to this. Please do your part, educate yourself, and then educate your legislators. Let's bring this madness to an end. Prohibido está. Y let's go.